I think we can literally just walk out here and just die of a damn heart attack. What the fuck?
That's how we ended it, Matt. Come on, Matt. Right? It's more fun, Matt. I didn't time it. Wow.
I do have to say something absolutely funny. So I'm filming all this stuff next to this guy named Dale's Lock. Don't know why exactly I know the name. Turns out my boss at the Gambling Commission, he trained. Yeah, that was he was one of the original guys for the Gambling Commission.
So we took a picture so that your boss could see.
And apparently, and she was like shocked by it. So anyway, it's how interconnected. But anyway.
Awesome. Well, there you go. A lot happening in there. So I hope that if anything, it was informative. Heard some laughs, so that's always fun because it's fun to be goofy with different things. This was a really fun project to work on, and like I said, when we started it, we're like, hey, let's do a documentary. No idea where it was going to go. No idea what was going to come from it, and it was really fun to kind of explore some of the different aspects, but also really dive into, for me, the safety components, just to be able to ride and what is going on when you go leave your families for a weekend and go race, and what's actually happening, and being able to come back, and all the things that are kind of built around that. So just a couple more minutes of your time. If does anyone have any questions about the film or anything?
Awesome.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yep.
Well, it's entertaining. I mean, it's long, but hopefully it was entertaining.
It's super beneficial, like you said, for the novices to watch that. That was amazing. The novices should see background.
The novices should definitely. Well, yeah, like somebody that doesn't know how to ride, has never ridden, or maybe they were a road rider that want to go onto the track. What's the process that it takes to go through? I didn't necessarily know. We actually had a lot more footage where we just sat for tech for like an hour, and we're just following and looking and watching, listening, and talking to people, and kind of all the different things that were going on that you don't see if you just show up, let alone if you normally want to ride. So, yes.
Is this going to be available for us to watch?
Available to watch at some point. We'll put it up on a site somewhere to be able to do that. Right now, we're trying to just get groups together, just like this. In fact, we're going to be doing this again in the Portland area on May 2nd, which is PIR. It'll be that Friday evening. We're gonna rent out a theater and see who we can get, if those that are racers that want to come out, and also the general community. But hopefully this is going to be a tool to help educate the general population of what's going on, and that looks fun, and how can I support it, and I want to race, how do I get involved in those things. So hopefully it helps just build more awareness and people wanting to get involved and all that other stuff. So it will be, I'm not sure when at this point. We've put it into a couple different film festivals. We've been accepted to some, we've been not accepted to some. That's kind of how that goes. But again, hopefully we continue to just get it out. And then we're going to continue to put it out as well. I know, I can't remember who specifically, but in OMRA, one of the writers moved to Calgary and sent me a message asking if we could show it up there. So we're going to see if they can pull something together and, again, showcase what's going on in the Northwest, which I think is a big deal as we look at maybe attracting more people to come out and race. Why not travel down? You're in Vancouver, Calgary, things like that.
So you think it'll be on like a public forum, at least at some point, so that you can attract all those people? Because like it's just in theaters and like a lot of people won't be there, right? So
right. Yeah, it'll be, what were you thinking, Troy? Like
Tubi or whatever.
Tubi or something where people, it will be online kind of a thing where people can go and actually watch it at their house or on their phone or whatever they want to do with it at that point. But
not while you're riding.
Not while you're riding. But
Unless you want to be great.
Right. But for right now, just trying to just get it in front of people that were a part of it and the different community and kind of build it from there. But that's the definite plan. I don't have a timeline right now, but probably I would assume within sometime before the end of this year, we'll put it up.
I think that'd be a good idea.
Awesome. Cool. I want to thank Bruce over here for some of the photos and for the work that he did. So if you don't know Bruce, thank you for the support. And Martha, yes. and for most of the people in this room that played a role in helping develop the content for this film and help make this happen. It was a lot of fun. It was great to see the support from the community for us to come out and go wherever we want and to talk. Rush is sitting in the, oh, you're working, but we're talking. Even when you're yelling at people on the mic. Right? We try not to be too
You
much of a
actually made him
bother.
look nice.
TV can do that.
Yeah, don't tell the opposites, they'll be confused.
Right. But and Matt for his support, CJ for their support for everything, and just and Ollie and Zlox and so many people that just let us come into their world and hear their stories, the Pink Staffs. It was just really fun to just, again, it's race day. We're walking by saying, hey, you don't know us or you do know us. Can we steal some time from you to ask you questions? And it was just amazing to see how gracious the community was for us to just kind of pop in and do that. So, yeah. Does anybody have other questions or anything? Yes.
I don't necessarily have a question.
A
about
statement?
the movie, though,
Sure.
But I do have a statement. Forgive my scatterbrain, but I don't think it was brought up in there. But when she was life-flighted, we have another racer who was recently life-flighted because an ambulance couldn't find its way to Crystal Mountain. Every year, we put importance on Northwest Flight and Life Flight
Yes.
insurance because even though we encourage it for our racers, I think a lot of people don't understand that it covers anything.
Everything.
You have snowboarding, skiing accident, car accident, walking across the street, everything.
How much would your airlift bill have been? Do you know?
$32,000.
$32,000 to be airlifted. Right.
And I don't know. So
A lot of racers have $32,000 lying around. It's just
It's $120
$120 for the year for Life Flight
and the family in the house.
and the family. Yeah.
That's anywhere in Washington, Oregon, BC.
Yeah, I have all three.
But that's important, just in general, just knowledge to know and part of the safety component.
Because even his accident though, like he would have just gotten an ambulance,
Right.
but you never know. It's not because something's serious and you're mangled up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for how cheap it is, though, it's highly
Yes,
encouraged.
definitely. Matt, did you have something?
How many hours of footage do you have?
How many hours? Oh my goodness. And there's a lot that we didn't even look at necessarily use. The blooper reel? Well, we didn't get any good crashes, if you will, but no. Actually, I got a couple of you. Gosh, there was. Oh, I think there was at least more than 20 hours worth of footage, and some of that was just B-roll of we went out and we're just catching race stuff, let alone some of the stuff for sitting in an interview. It was at least 20 hours. It was more than that, but it was definitely 20 hours. Yes.
Do you ride?
Do I ride? I ride bicycles.
You're dangerous.
You're right. It is electric, so I can.
Do you ride?
Now I do.
Troy is a rider. I don't ride, but I do have my license. I have a family, so my family doesn't let me. My kids are my kids are my motorcycle. Is how I look at it.
I started her before she had a driver's license.
That's awesome. I debated on my youngest.
So if you had, interest in riding, if you did taster racing, if you saw your movie, would that encourage you more to try it out?
That's a super interesting question. Actually, I played that question on my wife because my wife is not a rider at any sort, and she's not super into motorsports, but she'll deal with it for the most part. And that was the question I asked: is one, was it informative? And I think that's the first thing: is did it spark interest? Was it informative? Beyond that, does that elicit an interest and maybe an excitement? I hope so. I hope that's the case. And then the intent on talking about, the realities with death and losing people when they ride and injuries and showcasing this stuff isn't to scare people. I think it's to inform and say this is a reality. You all know riding. It's not a matter of if you fall, it's when you fall, especially with new riders in particular. And I think it's something to face, not fear. And you all know that. I don't have to tell you that. Every time you step on the bike, you go, and you go hard, you go fast, and things can happen quickly, and it sucks. But if you didn't accept that, you wouldn't be doing it. And as soon as you can't accept that, you probably should stop doing it, in my opinion, because then something even worse could happen. You know, that's the kind of the notion where someone says, why do we call it blurred lines? It's kind of that. You're walking a pretty fine line on how fast and hard you want to push. How does that evolve as you become a better rider? You know, you can look at your experience, you know, how that evolution from start to in between and so on and so forth, and things like that. So I hope this helps people open doors for people that want to get involved and go, oh, okay, I don't want to be on the road. I'll go to the track instead because that's going to be more fun in a safer environment. I don't have to worry about cars, this, and this. And there's the equipment and insurance stuff and life flight and all these other things that you can walk away from. It may look bad. The bike may look completely torn up, but you can walk away from it. You'll be okay. Here's numbers of examples and things like that. So I really do hope that it helps people. I love motorsports. That's why I got into photography, was because of Matt, and said, hey, can I come out and take photos? And that was 5 years ago, I think, at this point. And that's evolved. That's launched from that to where I'm at now, doing my own photography stuff, but doing this documentary and trying to understand what the community is in some fashion. But
so I have a compliment to you from my perspective. I think you did a good job of showing the camaraderie and family atmosphere, especially the
good, the bad, the ugly of
Peak
it.
staff family history, and what was it, Shannon Lane, and saying, you know, just it's a community and when even Jennifer here, when you offer parts to your competitors, I think your movie did do a good job of showing just that. It's a welcoming environment.
Thank you. That was definitely the goal. It wasn't to be exclusive or be, you know, crazy competitive with anything or any one group or this or that or pull out controversy necessarily. It was to tell as much of the different stories from as many different perspectives as we could and then see what happened. And I'm glad that it came off that way. That means a lot. So, perfect. Well, I won't take any more time from you all, but again, I very much appreciate everything. It means a lot that you are here. I didn't know who was going to show up, but that would be me and Matt, and that'd be okay. So to see everybody here means the world. So we'll be continuing to push this out. The next showing will be May 2nd down in Portland. So tell people. If you loved it, great. You can comment on Craw Media is the Facebook page. That's my business and stuff. And again, thank you all for coming out. Have a wonderful night.